Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. Hope you're doing well. I have this stunning kit called Minimalist. It's from Crafts by Thaowie, and I'm pulling in some floral deco from Sadie Stickers. I actually did this as a plan with me with Lauren on an Instagram live. So part of the foundation and the base is not going to be a part of this, but here it is. It's beautiful. I love it. I love how it turned out so far. So this is the Valentine's kit that I chose for this week, a Valentine's week, of course. But the reason I elected this kit is because this was the first official week that I went permanent with my new job. And I felt like this was a perfect blend of a Valentine's kit as well as like an office work kit. So it was really perfect and beautiful and very happy. And it seemed kind of celebratory as well because of like the balloons or not the balloons, sorry, the donuts. And I just felt like that was really perfect all together. So if you're interested in the Instagram live that I did with Lauren, that is saved over on my Instagram at GatheredPlans. Just swipe to the right once and you should see the IGTV icon, and it should be the most recent live that I did. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I'm pairing this with a ton of accents from Honey Inked. Most of my dot ones are from there. And then a lot of Sakura, sorry. Sorry if I ever butcher that or say that incorrectly, but a lot of those items are from Sadie Stickers $2 Tuesdays. They're just a perfect match, and I really love the way it turned out. So I ended up pulling in the bow headers that came with the kit, the traditional bows that are like in the center of the headers. I'm not a huge fan of those in general, so I know that this was an older format, so I don't think Tao's kits have bow headers anymore. The way I covered the bow was just using some floral deco in the center and cutting it up, and using a divider from Sadie Stickers between the header and the full box. So this was really pretty. I love how this turned out. I did this before last summer with the Jackson Pepper summer kit that I did with Lena. We did like a collab kit and really love how that turned out. I used a ton of florals in between or on the header because the header was like a simple solid color and I wanted to spruce it up a little bit. So this is a trick if you have the extra floral and if you have a kit that comes with bows and you're not a huge fan of bows or whatever foiled accent is on the header. That's just a quick little tip if you are, trying to do that kind of thing. But in this plan with me, I'm going to do a mix of answering some questions. I got a ton of questions the last time I asked on my Instagram. So thank you again to those that did drop questions. I have a ton to save in my collection. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about the spread as well. This question is from Haley of Haley-Ann. She asked me, would you ever get a cat sibling for Jace? Unfortunately not. Not cat. Jace loves cats, but cats don't seem to like him. Or it's funny, I think they kind of like to, I don't know if this is just how cats are and like their personalities. Let me know if you're a cat owner, but I feel like they like to taunt Jace. Like they make a big deal when he, tries to play with them, but then the moment he's being good, they come and start like instigating and taunt him. And then, he looks at me, he's like, Mommy, I can't win. Like, I get in trouble if I try to play with them, but they don't want to play. So then I'm trying to be good, but then they come back and they try to play with me and then I get in trouble. And I say this because, like, Greg's siblings have cats, and then also just visiting with some friends and them having cats. And I just feel like it's the exact same thing over and over again. And also no, because Greg is allergic to cats, so that is a no-no. I don't know. I don't know if I would be a cat person. I just don't like the fact that they can, climb up on curtains. And I mean, I don't have curtains in my house, but just the fact that they can ruin furniture like super easily because they claw at stuff, And I know like declawing a cat is super, not really inhumane, incat-mane. Is that a word? It's not nice, okay? It's not a good thing to do, from what I know. And I know some cats are declawed already, but I just know it's super painful. I can't imagine. I wouldn't want to have to do that, but I feel like a lot of people do because of their furniture, right? And I know that sometimes if you train a cat well enough, or if they're just really well behaved and they use their actual toys or the little scratchy thingies that they have, that they don't really tear up furniture or scratch furniture. I have zero clue. This is just what I have purely come up with from hearing from my friends and just like watching a little bit of videos about cats. Like, I don't know very much about them, okay? All I know is that it's a lot easier to take care of a cat. They're pretty much, I think they can take care of themselves. Like, they're very independent, and dogs are so much more work. So that's one thing I feel like cats have going for them. So there's that. But main reason is because Greg is allergic. I would love to have one personally. I think cats are so cute and adorable. I really did want to adopt one at one point because one of my old bosses had to get rid of her cat because there were just huge conflicts with her other cats and then her other dogs with this one younger cat that she had. I really, really wanted to, but I could not. And he was truly the cutest and sweetest little baby angel. But, Greg's allergic, so there's that. Okay, Tara, or yeah, I think it's Tara. I don't know if she goes by Tara or Tara. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. The sticker garden. I think it's Tara. She asked me positive and negative aspects of opening your own business. Girl, that is a loaded question. Whew, I was not prepared for that one. Positive aspects of owning your own business. The main thing I can think of is just the pure satisfaction of knowing that I did it and that my hard work and Tay's hard work it's worth it, right? To me, that's so satisfying. The confidence that it has given me just knowing that I can do something and I've accomplished something on like my bucket list. That is definitely such a positive. Being my own boss, having my own hours and making it mine or ours, like making it how we want it to function and want it to be. And just having that independence is incredibly freeing and satisfying. Also, just it's satisfying because and positive because all of the reactions are so positive for the most part. Even negative reactions or feedback, it's still a positive thing in my eyes because that's room to grow. I don't look at negative feedback and negative opinions as like something so harsh to the point where it hurts my feelings. Of course, it might, depending on what's said or whatever the case may be, but because, I'm still human and I have feelings, obviously. But I think I typically look at negative things or feedback or constructive criticism as areas of growth and potential for a challenge to do better. And I always, always, always do that. That's why, like, even in interviews, since I was younger, like my first interviews in college, the best thing I've ever learned was when they ask you what is like a weakness. My initial response is always, truly, I feel like this isn't, I don't like to call it a weakness because that's super negative. Personally, I like to view it as an area of improvement. And that has always stuck with me. I remember learning that from one of like my coaches in college. And from there, it's been something that I take with me through all interviews and just conversations in life. And that's kind of just like my outlook. Another thing that was a part of Tara's question is a negative aspect of opening your own business. It's a lot of work. And it's a lot of work in the sense like this isn't just like my main job and neither is it Tay's. So it's so much to do in addition to our full-time jobs, trying to be there for our families, trying to be there for ourselves. Me time is so important, filling our own cups. Just a lot of the labor and hours and work that is put into it behind closed doors and on weekends and after hours. That's just the reality of it, is that that's one negative thing where I feel like it takes away time from my family, from doing other things that I love, and just having a lot more free time because this is very time consuming. That's the biggest negative aspect, I would say, is finding that balance. Just know if you're a shop owner, whether or not it's in this industry and this business of sticker making, planner making, know that I see you and I hear you and I support you and I encourage you. I see what you're doing and I applaud you for all the work that you put into your grind every single day. And a lot of my closest friends in this community are shop owners. So I truly say that from the bottom of my heart is keep doing what you're doing. You are so recognized. I applaud you for everything you do. It's absolutely incredible what you're doing because the manual labor that goes into this it's hard. This is why Tay and I talk about all the time, but I could not own a sticker shop. And let me tell you, because I probably would not love this hobby the way I do now, right? Because it's like all you're doing is staring at stickers, designing, making the stickers and like shipping them out, all of that stuff, doing the customer service, dealing with returns, dealing with customers. I would honestly just be like, I don't want to even touch my planner. I don't even want to play with stickers. If I have moments of feeling burnt out as it is by making YouTube videos, I can only imagine how shop owners feel. And truly, this is like a genuine question. If you're a shop owner and you're watching this video, what are your thoughts? Like, do you feel like you kind of don't play with stickers as much anymore or have time with your planners anymore because it kind of gets tiring looking at stickers and planners so much because it's like all you do. It's a lot of your, I don't know if it's your living or your second job or whatever the case may be, but I'm genuinely curious to know. I know what some of my shop owners like and their opinions are because I talked to them. Okay, so sorry I went on a long tangent with that question, but the next question is from Plans with C. She asked me, "What is your favorite meal to cook?" Ooh, so my favorite meal to cook is just breakfast food. I love breakfast. It is my favorite meal of the day. And, since they've been telling us as children, it's the best meal of the day too. So it's my favorite meal to cook. And I'm finding that I don't have a lot of time during weekdays to really make a proper breakfast. Typically, I'll just have like a yogurt or I'll just quickly like throw in some toast and some cream cheese. But whenever on weekends I do have time, or just on any day, whenever I even have breakfast for dinner, it's my favorite meal to cook. And I've said this before, but like the traditional island breakfast is, thinly sliced pan fried spam with over easy eggs over rice. And then we make like garlic rice, which is like the Filipino version. Love that. It's so delicious. And then also, I really love nori. Nori is like seaweed. It's like little pieces of seaweed and you can put it over rice. It's so, so delicious. This next question is from Plans with Erica Q, I think is what it is. She asked me two questions, or no, four. Thank you. I probably won't be able to get to all of them, but the first question is, how do you feel about taking breaks from the planner community? I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. This is a really good question. You guys really came up with awesome questions. How do I feel about taking breaks from the planner community? So again, I have mixed feelings about it because I almost feel guilty whenever I do take breaks, and that's just something that I have to deal with on my own naturally from taking breaks and setting boundaries and taking breaks for myself. This is within the planner community, this is in my personal life. Like this is just the whole thing that I'm, dealing with and working on. Hence why I also go to therapy. Um that's just like one aspect, but I just feel like it's something I'm trying to work on is trying to set aside time for myself and being okay with setting boundaries and giving myself that time because I need that. I'm such a workhorse. I feel like I never stop moving and stop doing stuff, and then I almost kind of feel guilty when I do take breaks, and it's really bad. It's unhealthy, and it's something I'm trying to work on. But whenever I do take breaks from the community, I do feel really, really guilty. I can only think of the the one time I took, no, the two times. So I was dealing with a lot of like personal family things over this past summer, like summer of 2021. So I kind of took a break from posting videos around that time, but I eventually caught up. But before that was the year before was when we moved into our new house. I took a break naturally because we were moving, and I feel like that was a month break and it wasn't like a break that I genuinely wanted to take because I wanted to just relax. It was because I had to with the moving. Okay, so I have no idea where I was going with that. Greg got home from the gym and Jay started going crazy, so I had to go to the other room. But I think what I was saying was the summer that we moved into our new house, longest break I feel like I took from the community where I took like a month off of actually posting anything. Like I didn't post any videos, somewhat active on Instagram, but I just remembered just being so tired trying to work, moving into a new house. One, it wasn't really practical for me to try to film videos because my setup wasn't there and I still had to unpack, the whole thing that comes with moving and unpacking. I also was feeling genuinely drained at that point, and I felt myself kind of pulling a little bit away from the community because I was just so tired and I felt like what I was doing for YouTube started to feel like a job. And I feel like that break was truly like a saving grace because I actually took time to move into our new house, enjoy it, be with my family, and enjoy that chapter of my life. But then also, it gave me some time to miss the community a little bit. I feel like it's hard. It's definitely hard to do because the thing is that you guys might know is if you've ever taken a break from the community, the moment you do leave, even for a short period of time, it feels like you missed so much. And that being with like new releases or new trends, new videos, new content, all of that good stuff, it happens so quickly. I've heard this from a couple of my friends that have taken breaks from the community. I don't want to come back and feel obligated to have to buy more stuff or feel like I need to get caught up, or I don't want to feel behind because I'm not on with the trends. It's a lot of work to kind of get caught up. I know I'm speaking in generalities here, but I know this just from having conversations with other planner friends. These are all topics of conversation that like we've had because it's nice to talk about it because I did for a while feel like I was the only one feeling these kinds of things and thinking these things. And I feel significantly better because I think like as a whole, and just doing, you know, Instagram lives with some of my planner friends, we've had these open conversations and people share their opinions and how they feel. And I think it's kind of a general consensus of how people feel. So that's a really, really hard question to answer. But overall, I do feel guilty for leaving the community or taking breaks, but I feel like it's necessary if you're at any point in life with whatever it is, if your mental health is being sacrificed, please, please do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And I feel like that can happen too, like just in this community or any community, the fear of missing out is a real thing, and feeling like you need to kind of keep up with the Joneses, right? And not having the funds to fund this hobby and feeling left out and not being like able to keep up with the trends. It is a lot. I mean, I feel it. I might not show it or talk about it, but there are moments, you guys, where I really feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't come up with anything creative or new. And I feel like my spreads are kind of like the same thing over and over again. And yes, I'm doing like collaborations with shops. We're, you know, working on collabs to design stickers together. But I feel like, what's the next thing? Like, I want to do something new. I want to do something different. I want to be creative. And I feel like my creative juices are kind of on empty. It's something I don't know if I've talked about or mentioned before, but I feel like there's just so many posts out there, and I feel like I'm kind of comparing my style a little bit. I'm finding myself saying, oh, maybe I should try this because it seems like it's cool or pretty or it'll be in. And then I feel like if I don't do something new and I just keep doing the same spreads over and over again, I just wonder like, oh, are my spreads and my style just kind of boring at this point? You know what I mean? It's like the same layering style, but like a different kit. So I just kind of I have those thoughts. Like, those are genuine, real thoughts I have. Like, I'm human, you know, I have the same hobby and I do the same things. I feel like it's a little bit different whenever I am creating content, because I never want my content to be boring, or for you guys to feel like, oh, it's the same thing, I don't want to watch it anymore, it's like too boring. I'm sure some people might have that opinion, and that's okay. I have to accept that, you know, that's okay, and that's a real thing. I think about those things. So it's a little bit challenging. I get in my own head about it because I want to come up with really good creative content, and I want you guys to enjoy it as my audience, and it's just fun, and I feel like my creative juices, again, I need to kind of reinvigorate them a little bit. So that's something I'm trying to do by coming up with different content. So anyways, this was a super in-depth, like, TED Talky in my feels thing with me. I hope you guys were cool with it. So I ended up using a different kind of floral from Sadie stickers. I felt like it matched a lot better and I had more of it. So I pulled in these different ones that are really pretty, and I don't even know the type of flower it is, to be honest with you, but they're super pretty and I had a great time using them. I felt like I used a ton of accents for no reason, and that's kind of just become a trend that I started doing in all of my spreads, with using tons of accents in white space areas because it feels too empty if I don't have something there. I noticed I did a lot more of this with, like, you know, winter spreads because it looked like snow, but I guess it's going to stick for the rest of the seasons. I don't know. We'll see. I really like the whimsical look that it gives. It kind of just looks super foily without being super busy, because they're just tiny little accents throughout the white space areas. So anywho, thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.
Into the place, a spot you from a ways. My heart, it started racing. The crowd across the way, flowers on your face, and then from the 80s. Someone keeps blocking my way. I can't feel farther away.